Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl, Papi Brit. Welcome back to another podcast. If it's your first time here, then welcome. And if you've been here before, then welcome back. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here. Before we get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, make sure to subscribe because a lot of people that follow me and listen to me still aren't subscribed. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Today we're going to be talking all about Puerto Rico. I have been to Puerto Rico multiple times now, and so I can consider myself someone that knows a little bit about where to go, what to do, and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown on places I recommend you go and see, and things to do and stuff like that. I'll talk about restaurants, clubs, nature, all of that stuff. So if you're interested and are planning to go to Puerto Rico anytime soon and have any questions, let me know. I get asked about going to Puerto Rico all the time, and I do my best to try to explain as much as I can to people. And I know that a lot of people are going to be going to Puerto Rico this year because of the Bad Bunny concert. And if you're going, I'm super jealous. I always get the worst FOMO when I see other people going to Puerto Rico or in Puerto Rico, because I'm like, I wish that was me. But it's okay. I'm still very happy for everyone that is going to be going to Puerto Rico for the first time or returning back to the island. It's a beautiful island with so much culture, and I absolutely love and adore the people there, the land, everything. Puerto Rico is so beautiful, so rich and full of culture, and the people there are amazing. So I am gonna start by saying that if you are planning on going to Puerto Rico, that you need to acknowledge that you are on someone else's land, and so you are going to be respectful of that. And I highly advise for everyone to educate themselves on the history of Puerto Rico, the Taino culture, and everything that the United States has done to Puerto Rico and the effects that it has on Puerto Rico now, with gentrification and people being pushed out and the land wanting to be taken away from the people who first discovered it and who are indigenous to it. So I highly recommend that you educate yourself on that, and that you advocate for people who are experiencing the effects of capitalism in Puerto Rico, because if you are supporting Bad Bunny and if you are going to Puerto Rico, then it's vital for you to know the history of the land that you're stepping into. And that's one of the main reasons for this album that Bad Bunny just put out, is to advocate for and bring to light the issues that Boricuas face every day and the history of Puerto Rico. So I highly advise that you look into all of that stuff. Listen to the Bad Bunny songs too. He does a great job of incorporating Boricua culture into his songs, and in his interviews he talks about gentrification, and there's a lot of information out there that you can learn from regarding Puerto Rican culture. So yeah, that being said, also one thing that kind of threw me off a little bit, and I think people should understand, is that it is an island. Puerto Ricans are on island time, and so when it comes to service in the United States, we are very fast paced. You want everything done immediately, and in Puerto Rico the service is going to be a little bit slower. That does not mean that you don't tip your servers. Tip the people that are taking care of you in the island, whether they're driving you around or whether they're serving you, anything like that. Make sure you're respectful and make sure you're tipping people. Okay. Like I said, I have been to Puerto Rico many times, and the first time I went was on a solo trip, and so I definitely did my research before going, and I had a friend, Adriel, who is from Arecibo in Puerto Rico, and so I asked him to give me some recommendations on places to go and what to do. So he recommended to me for me to go to Piñones, which is in Loíza, and that is basically my ritual every time I go to Puerto Rico now is to go to Piñones and specifically to go to Casita Amarilla. Piñones is only about 10 to 15 minutes from the airport, so I like to go directly there from the airport. Basically, if you go right, it's Piñones. If you go left, it's Old San Juan, basically. So I like to make a quick little pit stop in Loiza. The beach is there. They have a bunch of little puestitos, a bunch of restaurants that have local food and mojitos. So what more could you ask for? But that's my first thing I always do. And usually when I get there around noon or whatever, and then my Airbnb isn't ready till about 3, so it gives me somewhere to go. And the first time I ever went to Puerto Rico, first place I ever went to was Casita Amarilla, and so that has become my routine every single time that I go. It's the first thing that I always do. Not only have they become like family to me, but it's absolutely beautiful there. It sits on the water, a lot of boats and jet skis board on and off right there, and everyone there is super friendly. They have karaoke on Mondays. It gets super lit on Mondays. I definitely recommend, if you are there on a Monday, go to Casita Amarilla in the evening and experience karaoke there. But just Piñones in general has a bunch of restaurants that sit on, near the beach or on the beach, in the water, whatever, and it's super local, and definitely recommend. And if you go to Casita Amarilla, tell them that Brit or Papi Brit sent you, because I love them and I would like to say they love me too. But anyways, apart from that, let's see. Old San Juan. The first time I ever went to Puerto Rico, I stayed in Old San Juan. And most of the times that I go to Puerto Rico, I stay in Old San Juan. The reason I like to stay in Old San Juan is because everything is within walking distance there. Mind you, I never stay in hotels or in resorts or anything like that. I told myself I wanted to experience the culture and actually be in it, not in a resort out of the way. If you want to go to a resort or a hotel, you go ahead and do that. I just personally don't, and so I don't have any recommendations when it comes to hotels or resorts. But I do love Condado and I love Isla Verde, so I know that there are quite a lot around that area that you could stay at and look at if you want to stay in or near the beach or near Old San Juan and in a resort. Anyways, I always stay in Old San Juan for the most part, unless I stay in Isla Verde, which I also really enjoy staying at. Condado is also a really nice area to stay in. It's just a little bit more bougie, but also a great area to stay in. Both Condado and Isla Verde are near the water. Old San Juan is not near the water, so you're gonna need an Uber or a car to go to the beach because there's not really that many beaches to like hang out at near Old San Juan. However, in Old San Juan, there is nightlife and everything's near there. It's also where El Morro is, and so if you want to be super touristy, definitely recommend staying in Old San Juan. In Old San Juan, they have La Factoria, which is one of the best bars. I think it was named one of the best bars in the world at some point. Definitely a place you have to go no matter what. I always go no matter what. It's more of a cocktail kind of area. They have salsa, and it's about 5 different bars in one. So you walk in and then there's a bar, and then you walk to the back, there's another bar. You walk to the back, there's another bar. You walk to the back, there's another bar, and then there's another one way in the back. So it's a whole little maze. Each little area plays different music, has different cocktails and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend going to La Factoria. Across from La Factoria, there is also El Cafetín, which is the bar that everyone sees where the guys take off their shirts and look fine as hell. There's also just a bunch of bars and a bunch of places to go near La Factoria. So I definitely recommend having a night out in Calle San Sebastián in La Factoria, which is all in that same area. In Old San Juan, there's also Tres Cuernos, which is another one of my favorite bars in Old San Juan. I always go every single time I'm there. It's a bar that is full of dollar bills, and you get to decorate your own little dollar bill and hang it up anywhere. It's the picture where Luigi Mangione was in Puerto Rico with all the dollar bills. He's been there. I've been there. So I definitely recommend. They have a bunch of fun little shots, and it's just a fun little place. Also in Old San Juan is Café Cultura, which is a brunch spot. So I usually like to get brunch right there too. And there's also Pirillo's Pizza in Old San Juan. I think there's another one in Isla Verde, but Pirillo's Pizza is really, really good too. So Café Cultura and Pirillo's Pizza in Old San Juan are definitely places I also like to go to. And since we're on the topic of food, I'm just going to go over the different restaurants that I like to go to when I'm in Puerto Rico. Starting with La Princesa, which was recommended to me by my Uber driver the first time I was in Puerto Rico. It's right next to like a whole little Princesa walk. El Camino de la Princesa. I don't really know the actual name of it, but if you look up Princesa Walk, Old San Juan, you'll be able to find it. And the restaurant La Princesa, it has been there forever, and they have all the recipes are from like 100-year-old cookbook or something like that. I don't know. My Uber driver explained all of this in my first vlog from when I went to Puerto Rico. So if you want to hear his in-depth description of it, you can go to that video and see it there explained by him. But it's a little bit more upscale. It's really nice, and they have really good cocktails, and so it would be cute for like a little date night, or if you want to go something like a little nicer, a little bougier. They also have an STK there, but in Puerto Rico, but I definitely recommend La Princesa if you want something a little bit more upscale and cute, and it's like local food. Casita Amarilla, again, I love them. Authentic food. I always get their spicy crab arepas, and they have really, really good mojitos there. So Taisan has really, really good sushi. It's in Condado. It's super popular. Definitely recommend. Also, Condado is a good place to go eat and drink, and it also has it's near the beach, so definitely would recommend having a night where you just go to Condado, have some dinner at Taisan, go to the beach, or go to the beach all day, or just hang out in Condado and check out the different places there. Casilda Rooftop is also super cute and a rooftop. La Vergüenza is also a rooftop that sits, it's in Old San Juan, and it sits kind of over La Perla. So you get to see all of La Perla, El Morro, and the cemetery. So nice little overview. You see the water. So, and it's local. So definitely recommend La Vergüenza as well. Also, when it comes to La Perla, be very, very respectful. Be careful. Everyone will tell you not to go to La Perla. I would maybe agree, maybe disagree. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I have been there, but I've been there with locals. And so, yeah. Do not bring your camera out. Do not be disrespectful. Do not record there. Tread lightly. Know you are in someone else's home. It's not like somewhere, it's not like a little museum for you to go have fun in. It's someone's neighborhood. So be careful, be respectful, don't be too loud, don't do too much, and don't be recording. If you choose to go to La Perla, be respectful. Anywhere you go in Puerto Rico, be respectful to the locals, and they'll be respectful to you. Don't have cameras up in their faces or anything like that either. That's why I try to be careful when I vlog and when I'm out there. I'm just going to kind of read off the rest of the list. Cuatro Sombras, Casita Blanca, Anita Gelato, Bistro Cafe. I've been there. It has really good brunch, really cute cocktails. Definitely recommend going to Bistro Cafe if you're wanting like a cute little brunch. Musa is one of my favorites to go to as well. Bottomless mimosas, so you will walk out of there lit. It's cute and it has food, like really good food, good music, good little vibe if you're wanting to go somewhere for bottomless. 24 Marketplace is a cute little spot to hang out. It's more local as well. They have have pizza and a bunch of different like food and drinks, and a lot of people like to go there to watch games. So I definitely recommend that, as well as Distrito T-Mobile. Distrito T-Mobile also has a bunch of different restaurants that you can go to, and has a place where you can also watch football games or watch sporting games too. I don't know if it's Buffalo Wild Wings. I can't remember, but it's like a Buffalo Wild Wings if I remember correctly. They also have a movie theater, and they always have music there and stuff. So if you want to go hang out there, I usually like to go there if you want to go watch a movie or have a cute little dinner and just walk around. Sometimes I have different like vendors and stuff like that. So another place to go eat. For beaches, I definitely recommend Isla Verde, Luquillo, Piñones at La Posita there, Hobby Beach. Condado has a really cute beach, but I definitely always do either Condado, Isla Verde, or Luquillo. Arecibo has really cute beaches too, and if you can make your way to Arecibo, I definitely recommend. I've gone there for a tour of the Taino Caves, and it's absolutely beautiful there. So I definitely recommend going to Arecibo if you can. I've also been to Vega Baja, which is beautiful, has beautiful beaches, and it's where Bad Bunny's from, but also go and be respectful. And I have also been to Cabo Rojo, which is more like of a closed off vacation spot, more local. I went with my friend's family who are locals there, so it sounds like it's like where the locals like to vacation. Beautiful as well. I also recommend Vieques and La Culebra if you can make your way over there. It is a little bit of a drive to get to like a ferry to go to the islands, but those are basically little islands off of the main island, and it's absolutely beautiful. So if you can go to Culebra, Vieques, definitely recommend, as well as El Yunque. I would definitely recommend having a day of going to El Yunque. There is a zipline tour that I absolutely love, and it's super duper fun, and it's through the rainforest. There's another one where it's like a slide and you're in the water. That one's super fun as well. Definitely recommend doing either one of those, but definitely the zipline, that one was super fun. One of my favorite things that I've done. There's a lot of different things to do in Yunque, but I definitely recommend going no matter what. Being in the rainforest is just such a beautiful feeling. Being in that water, hearing the animals, like literally nothing compares. So I would definitely recommend having a day where you go to El Yunque. Also, cannot forget about La Placita. That is the place that everyone and their mom goes to. It's the most touristy place. It's like Bourbon Street, bunch of bars everywhere. Definitely recommend. First Friday or Saturday night that you're there, you have to go. I know for a fact that with these Bad Bunny concerts and stuff, that's where everyone's going to be. Club 58 is another club that I highly recommend people to go to. It's a little bit more bougie. Drinks are going to be expensive, so definitely pre-game. But another really cool spot. A lot of the artists end up doing like shows there and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend going to that if you're trying to get lit. If you're trying to get lit, I recommend for sure having a night out in Calle San Sebastian or around that area, and where La Factoria is. I recommend another night where you go to La Placita and just go crazy there. And I also recommend going to Isla Verde. If you're trying to have a lit night, then I definitely recommend going to La Placita, because that's where you're going to find everyone and their moms at. I definitely recommend going there on a Friday or Saturday. That's where everyone's going to be going crazy. However, I think one thing that people don't know is that in San Juan, Old San Juan, everything closes at 2 a.m. now. So the videos that you see of people perreando till 4 a.m. are most likely not going to be in San Juan anymore, because a lot of those places have to close at 2 a.m. I don't know if they changed the law, but the last time I was in Puerto Rico, which was late October, that was still a thing. So if you're trying to go somewhere past 2 a.m., go to Isla Verde, specifically to Patio de las Flores, because that's where it's still open late and where a lot of the bars are still open. And Patio de las Flores is not only one of my favorite bars to go to, but it's also lit, and a lot of the locals go there, so definitely recommend. And I like to go there even during the day. Patio de las Flores has really cute cocktails, and it's also near the beach, so somehow, some way, I always end up at the beach late at night over there. But definitely a place I recommend going. And then I have another list for just bars all around Isla Verde, Loíza, all of that stuff. So I have Patio de las Flores, Barbero, La Victoria, Emoji Bar, Prime Lounge, Híjole, Cumo, Rooftop, La Chulería, La Cochera, Piso Viejo, La Sombría Roja, El Batey, Pani Agua, Callejón La Tanca, and Burger and Mayo Lab, which has cute cocktails but also has food. It's really like aesthetic. I went there and it had really cute cocktails too. So Burger and Mayo Lab. For food, I have La Princesa, which like I mentioned, it's a more upscale little restaurant, but definitely recommend. And it's also within a little like walkway, like I mentioned, so you can walk around, and there's a bunch of vendors throughout that street as well. So would be a cute little place to go get dinner and then just walk around. Casita Maria, again, Taisan, Pirilos Pizza, Caficultura, Bebo Café, Mexitali, La Revolución, Casilda Rooftop, Cuatro Sombras, Choco Bar Cortés, Casita Maria, Anita Gelato, Bistro Café. Like I said, one of my favorite places to get brunch is Bistro Café, and Musa, La Vergüenza, and 24 Marketplace. Other things to do, like I mentioned, Distrito T-Mobile has a bunch of bars, food, music, cute little place to hang out. A lot of families like to hang out there, kids running around and stuff. Esquina de Watusi is going to be a little bit more local, but it has a little art around there and a bunch of bars that you can hop around to. I like to go there and day drink. Again, Esquina de Watusi. El Barrilito Rum Tour. It'll show you all about Puerto Rico's rum industry, and I think it's the original rum tour because there is a Bacardi one that I've been to, but I think El Barrilito is like more authentic or something like that. Also with that, I also recommend doing the Casa de Bacardi rum tours. There's one where you just go throughout the whole distillery and you learn about the history, and then there's another one where they teach you how to make cocktails and make a mojito and a pina colada, if I'm not wrong, and then you get a free drink. Definitely recommend both of those. Yunque tours, anything in El Yunque, definitely recommend. Vieques Ferry, like I mentioned, if you can go to Culebra or Vieques, definitely recommend. Cueva del Indio tour in Arecibo, like I mentioned, it's super beautiful, but you also learn about the history of the Taino culture in Puerto Rico, so definitely recommend. And then Campo Rico for ATVs. That's pretty much it for this list and places and things that I recommend you would do. Like I said, definitely go to Tres Cuernos, definitely go to La Placita, definitely go to La Factoria, definitely go to El Yunque, definitely go to Casita Amarilla, definitely go to Patio de las Flores. I would definitely recommend also just getting an Uber instead of renting a car. Parking can get very complicated and confusing, and people in Puerto Rico drive crazy, and Uber is super affordable. So I would definitely recommend just getting Ubers because sometimes the driving can get crazy, especially in old San Juan. So yeah, just save yourself the headache and Uber. Ubers are $5 to $10 max. So definitely just Uber. If you've been to Puerto Rico and have any other recommendations or any other tips or anything like that, I definitely recommend that you leave it in the comments, because obviously I don't know everything, and there's so many different things that you can try out and check out and do, but that's usually what I like to do when I go out in Puerto Rico. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. If you go to Puerto Rico, congratulations. But anyways, no, definitely enjoy it. Enjoy the people, enjoy the culture, enjoy the food, and have so much fun. And yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.